In this presentation, we're going to talk about research sampling. With sampling, we'll talk about population and samples, probability sampling, non-probability sampling, and response rates. When we think about populations and samples, the population refers to an entire set of entities. The census refers to the entire population. A sample is just a subset of the population. So let's go over it one more time. The population is the entire group or the entire set of entities. The sample is a subset of that population. So if we look at the diagram here, we've got a bunch of different dots. We've got blue dots and red dots. So the population of the dots are all the dots, all the blue dots and all the red dots. If we look at a sample of the dots, so a subset of the population, we can say just the red dots or just the blue dots. Or maybe we can even go just the dots that are in the upper half of the diagram or the lower half or the left half or the right half. So we're looking at a subset of all the dots. The next thing we want to consider is if a population actually exists or if it's accessible. So we look at here at our examples, we can look at after-school programs for elementary age children in the United States. So does the population exist or not? What are we looking for? We're looking for the entire set of entities. So it's probably impossible to really access the entire set of programs, after-school programs in the United States. So let's look at the next one, adults who are deaf and interested in backpacking. How do we access that population? It'd be very difficult. We can move down to national parks in Canada. So we can easily access that information, and we know that there's a certain parameter of getting that information. Look at state level departments of tourism in the United States. Again, we can access that information, and we can look at the population as a whole. So really what we want to do here is look at, is the population something we can access? Next, we'll move on to sampling approaches. We'll look at two different ones. We'll look at probability and non-probability. Probability sampling is when every unit in the population has the same chance of being chosen for a sample. And we'll go into this a little bit more in depth here in a second. Non-probability sampling is when every unit in the population does not have the same chance of being chosen. And again, we'll go over that a little bit more in depth as well.